Good morning, geckos. Okay, so I just got out of a meeting with the rest of the teachers and with Miss Dixon. And I'm sure that many of you have heard by now, but if you have not heard, it's official. We will not be coming back to school this year. I'm sad about that. I'm going to miss you guys. And the finality of hearing that I'm not going to be your teacher anymore made me sad. So I just wanted to get on here and let you guys know that we are going to continue with content through Google Classroom. We will be keeping in close of touch as we possibly can. So if you are in my first period class, I would like to do a Zoom with you in the morning tomorrow at 11 a.m. Hopefully you better all be up by then, because if you're still asleep at 11 a.m., you need to get it together. Okay, so 11 a.m. Zoom for first period only tomorrow, and that's just my first period. I don't know about your other first period teachers, but if you are in my first period, then I will be on Zoom at 11 a.m. tomorrow. If you cannot get on Zoom because you don't have Wi-Fi or you don't have a webcam or you can't figure out how to download it, don't stress. Don't worry about it. I will record the Zoom meeting and I will post it for you so that you have access to it from Google Classroom the rest of the time. Okay, so that's the only Zoom that we're planning on doing at the moment. It is just so that I can go over expectations with you guys for how to use Zoom, because it's a public platform, and there's lots of little things like if all of your microphones are on, we hear every noise, so you need to mute yourself unless you're the one talking, that kind of stuff. So lots of expectations to go over with you guys about Zoom tomorrow morning, but I'm anxious to see my first period and see your guys' faces and get you guys a little more in the loop about how we're going to proceed now that we know that we're not coming back. Okay, so that being said, your summer break will not be affected by this. You'll have, as far as I know, we're going to do online learning through when we were supposed to get out around the middle of May, and then you won't have any responsibilities until August when we come back to school. So you will not be in a traditional classroom until August. That being said, if there is anything that anybody needs food-wise, if you don't have Wi-Fi, if you need paper copies, if you need alternate assignments, you need to reach out to your first period teacher and let them know so that we can make sure that you get taken care of. It is scary knowing that I'm not going to be able to check in on you. So if you need anything, let us know. You don't have to let your first period know if you're not comfortable letting them know. If you would rather reach out to a different teacher that you're more comfortable with, that's totally okay too. Okay, so for this week, you'll probably notice that I posted quite a few assignments today. I do not expect you to get all of them done today. First thing that you need to do, and this will go for every week, first thing you need to do is check the daily slides that I posted. So it says weekly schedule 3:30 to 4:3. That has a layout for everything I expect you to get done day by day, if that works for you. If you are someone who wants to get it all done at once, go ahead. That's totally fine. I don't mind. But if you are someone who would like to have a daily to-do list, then I made those slides for you. So for instance, today, I only expect you to get done your Nuremberg Ed puzzle. It's the only one that I'm worried about. Then tomorrow, the only thing I expect you to do is your aftermath of World War II. Okay? So look at that daily slideshow. Make sure that you're following along. I know that lots of you were like super stressed out this morning when I posted all of it at one time. That's not where you should start. You shouldn't start by looking at everything. You need to start by looking at the daily slides. They'll tell you what you need to get done every day. Okay, hopefully that made sense. Hopefully that kind of clears things up. If you are confused, that's totally fine. Just leave comments on the post and I will get back to you. I can't promise that I'm going to get back to you immediately. We have a ton of teacher meetings right now on Zoom. So I've already had 2 meetings this morning. I hopefully am done for the day and I can just monitor you. I know I have at least 1 meeting tomorrow, so keep that in mind. If I don't comment immediately, I will comment soon. All right? I also, if I don't comment on your, like if you're working on the vocabulary stuff, if I don't get back to you on your vocabulary questions today, it's mostly because I'm focusing on the questions about the Nuremberg Ed puzzle, because that's what I'm expecting you to do today. So if I take a little longer to get your questions answered on a different assignment, it's because I'm waiting to make sure that I get all the answers for today's assignment answered, all the questions for today's assignment answered before I move on to answering questions about like tomorrow's assignment or Thursday's assignment. Okay, so I'll answer all your questions, I promise. Just bear with me. Make sure that you and your parents are checking your Synergy email, because I will be emailing again now that we know that schools are closed. I'm sure that lots of your parents have lots of questions, so I will open that line of communication again. Like I said, you do not have to just keep in contact. Your parents don't need to just keep in contact with your first period teacher. They can reach out to any teacher, and we will answer all of their questions to the best of our ability. Some things we just don't have answers for, because we just found out at like 8:30 this morning that we're not coming back. So I hope that I've answered all your questions. I understand that there's like some confusion with the homework stuff. The homework every day is just to journal or write down what you're experiencing or make a video or draw a picture, anything that you want to do to document how you are experiencing this. We are literally living through history right now. This is something that's going to be talked about forever, because this is a worldwide pandemic, and it's the first one that I've never been told to stay at my house. I've never been told by the government to do something. So this is new for everybody, and I just want you guys to make sure that you're writing this all down, because journals become primary sources when we look back on these times. Okay, so if you guys have any questions for me, leave comments down below, message me on Google Classroom, or you can always email me at my Gmail account, and I will answer all of your questions. I did make a teacher Instagram that you can go and look at. I will be posting like screenshots of what I want you to do that specific day, and then maybe when you're scrolling through Instagram, you will see like, oh, this is a reminder that I'm supposed to be doing this for social studies today. So my Instagram will be at MMS Mrs. I think it's at Mrs. Oney MMS. I'll leave it in the description of the video, and I will post it on Google Classroom. Of course, you don't have to follow that Instagram if you don't want to. That's totally fine. I'm not offended. It's just for those of you who want to keep up on a social media platform that you are probably looking at more often. As far as updates for you, that's all I have right now. I will continue to keep in touch, continue to give you updates. I'll probably make a little section of Google Classroom titled COVID updates, so that when you go to, what does it say, classes? I think it says classwork. If you go to classwork, like it says Cold War, that's what you should be in right now. I'll also make a COVID update so that they're all in one place for you. Okay, guys, hang in there. I'm in a really emotional place right now, hearing that we're not coming back. So if you are in a very emotional place right now, that's totally acceptable, totally fine. This is the scariest thing I've lived through. So yeah, just keep journaling, keep in touch, continue commenting. I love commenting with you guys on Google Classroom. So those of you who have been having conversations with me on Google Classroom, not content related, I miss talking to you guys about not content related things, because you guys brighten my day. So keep having conversations with me on Google Classroom. I will let you guys know next week. I'll give another update video explaining what I want you to do this week. Some of you have been confused about the vocabulary stuff. You're only doing the vocabulary items that I posted in the weekly slides. So you're only doing the vocab and vocab cards, the reading and answering, and watching the video. That's all I want from you from vocabulary this week. Okay, if you guys have questions, you know where to reach me. If your parents have questions, please encourage them to ask me those questions as well. All right, guys, I will check in with you next week.